Tavares, Florida, America's seaplane city.
You ready, boys? How's Tavares? You know, I started here about 4 years ago, and Tavares has been very good to me.
Here in Tavares, Florida again. Seaplane Park. It's a little bit west of Orlando. This is a little place called Puddle Jumpers. It's a little bar and restaurant, and they're having a seaplane festival this weekend. I believe they call it the annual Planes, Tunes, and Barbecue. And I guess there's another seaplane thing next week. And a lot of these guys, oh, that's pretty cool. They got a Steerman or something, or a Waka. But anyways, a lot of seaplanes fly in for this thing, and we will walk around. We got looks like a Steerman putting on a little air show over the lake. It's pretty cool. I believe that's a Steerman, either a Steerman or a Waka maybe. Tell you what, that'll take your stomach away. Very cool. We're gonna walk around here, and I'm assuming they're not letting any of the seaplanes take off right now because they're putting on this little aerobatic show, but I'm gonna walk around and see what's happening here. Hammerhead stall is what they call that right there. Listen to that radial engine. A 450 horsepower Pratt Whitney engine is what that's got in it. Don't ask me how I know all this stuff. There's another hammerhead stall. I spent a lot of time at the Perry County Airport as a kid. One of the guys at the airport back in the day, he didn't have a Steerman, but he had a Waco. And the Waco, I believe, was basically the non-military version of that same plane. Have a good stomach to do that, I can tell you that. Yeah, I believe they made those Steerman with a 200 horsepower engine, and the bigger one was like a 450, I think. Or maybe I'm thinking of the Wakas versus the Steerman. I don't remember exactly, but very cool airplanes for sure. Hard to do when you're that close to the ground, or water in this case. You don't have any room for error like you do when you're way up. Yeah, there was a guy down in Vinton County, Ohio, that used to fly into their little air show every year that had a Steerman. And I can't remember what his name was. It was a black Steerman. And he used to do some real cool stunts close to the ground like that. And his Steerman didn't have inverted fuel, which meant if he went upside down for too long, you'd hear the engine start to go pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. And then as soon as he rolled it back over, it would, you know, start up again. And he used to put on a show like where he'd go upside down and make it look like the plane was running out of gas, and then he would go over the hill. There was a hill on the backside of the airport. He'd go over the hill, and then they'd play it up like, uh-oh, he might not make it, and then you'd see him pull up and out on the other side of the hill. It was always really cool. Oops. Lost him. Hammerhead. Well, you just said how many horsepower that thing has. I guarantee it's a lot. He's not as close to the ground doing that as that Waco was, or that Steerman, but he's got a lot more speed. It's a T-28 World War II trainer. Call that a Pitts aerobatic aircraft. A Pitts aircraft is what they call that, P-I-T-T-S. Chef Pitts in a Pitts, giving the wave. Last pass. That was a cool aircraft though. The T-28 was my favorite though. Very neat, very neat. It's been a while since I've been to a little small town air show like this. We used to go to a lot of them when I was a kid. Of course, like I said, I spent a lot of time at the Perry County Airport. We had a Cessana 150, sold that, got a Cessana 172, and then a little bit later on, Dad had a Piper Cub, which is similar to that yellow one that we just looked at over there, but his was on wheels, not floats. And in the wintertime, he used to put it on skis and fly it off the snow, which was really neat. I really wish I had video of that, but that was before the days of smartphones and a camera in your pocket, you know. Pretty cool little seaplane sitting over there. I think that's the one I had the video of taking off last time, or one similar to it maybe. All right, everybody, well, we're gonna keep walking around here and see what we can see. There it is, Piper Cub on floats. Now, I don't know if that's a Cub or a Super Cub. Oh, that's a Super Cub. It says right there on that little placard right there, Piper Super Cub. That's really cool. Bunch more float planes. These are the ones you can get the rides in. That one and the little one on the end there, that yellow one on the end. But these things are really cool. That's pretty funny. That little duck sitting on the plane. One of these times when I'm down here, I am going to take one of these seaplane tours. This is the Jones Brother Air and Seaplane Adventures. It was actually pretty reasonable. I checked into it one time, and one of these days I will actually do it. Looks like he's coming in. They just gave a ride. He's coming in pretty quick. Let's go over here. Oh, darn it, I should have been on this side, I guess. Couldn't tell which way he was going to be landing from. Now that the little air show's over, I think they're giving rides in those things again. I'm going to stick around and maybe see if we can't see one take off. That's always cool. so cool. Coming right up to the dock. I guess you get the hang of when to cut the engine and just drift in. I noticed a lot of the planes strapped onto the float, they had a paddle. I guess that's in case you need to spin around or do something like that. Yeah, we'll see if there's another group of people that get in and see if they take off again. Now that the air show's over, I think they're back to giving rides in these things. Yeah, we'll see if there's another group of people that get in and see if they take off again. Now that the air show's over, I think they're back to giving rides in these things. And I was right. There's people getting off and more people getting on, so we're going to get a video of this guy taking off. That ought to be pretty cool. Looks like everybody's smiling. As Dad would always say, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. I guess whether it's on water or snow or asphalt. All right, we're going to stick around and watch this guy take off real quick. All right, everybody's loading up. Looks like that young gentleman right there is the pilot. See how they do this here. I'm going to shove them, spin them. There they go. Start the engine. See which way he points it before he hits the throttle here. I think the wind is kind of actually coming from right to left. And then you got boats out there. There he goes. Boy, that took him a while. He's way out there. Well, that was pretty neat, everybody.